British satellite company OneWeb and its French rival Eutelsat have signed an initial merger deal. It will combine the company's resources in the race to build a constellation of low-orbit satellites. Elon Musk's Starlink. Well, Leo Enright is a space commentator and he joins us now from Dublin. Leon, welcome. So what would each of these companies get out of a merger? What can they achieve together that they possibly couldn't apart?
Well, this is a very, very interesting development and also very puzzling because Eutelsat is an enormous company. It's been in existence for nearly 50 years, was founded by the countries of Europe to provide satellite television to Western Europe, and it operates many, many satellites at a distance from Earth, 30,000 kilometers out in space. In fact, most of the people watching us right now will be watching through Eutelsat's Hotbird satellite hovering over Europe. So this is a hugely profitable, big corporation that is now a private company. The OneWeb, on the other hand, is a small startup. Various entities have put considerable amounts of money into it, but it's only launched a handful of satellites. It's just come out of bankruptcy. And the difference between what it offers and the successful model of Eutelsat is that OneWeb is small satellites close to the Earth, providing internet satellite links, whereas Eutelsat provides those big, high-D television pictures like you and me.
Well, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the internet, because this could be really significant for the satellite broadband market, couldn't it?
Yes, potentially that is true. And certainly you mentioned Elon Musk. His Starlink project has clearly demonstrated that there appears to be a market, but of course it will be price sensitive. But also he's demonstrated that technically this can work. People are buying his systems, admittedly as early adopters, and they're using them, most notably, of course, in Ukraine. So there is a market, and Musk has demonstrated it, but OneWeb is new into this market. They've only launched, as I said, a handful of satellites. They'll need to launch hundreds more, and they have been set back very badly indeed by the loss of Russian cooperation, because up to now they've been launching on Russian rockets. They can't do that now.
Tie-up involves three governments and private investors. How are they going to all work together?
Well, that will be interesting to watch, but I think the big winners here are the British government. I don't think there's any doubt about that. They invested in OneWeb very shortly after the British lost access to Europe's massive Galileo satellite positioning system. The whole project is costing $5 or $6 billion. The British had already invested $1 billion in the project when they were thrown out because of Brexit. And very quickly after that happened, the British bought their share in OneWeb, suggesting that in some way, and it is feasible but unproven, in some way they could build a similar system and bolt it on to the OneWeb satellite. But the fact that the British are now a much smaller shareholder in the company, that others have taken skin in the game, will be very good news for a government, the British government, that was criticised in many quarters for making this investment, which was seen by many as rash.